Hey, this is Michael Berger here at the 2012 NAMM Show at the Engl booth. I'm here with Richard Faulkner, or Richie Faulkner, shall I say?
Yeah. There's three people that call me Richard. My mum, when I've been bad, David Coverdale, and my girlfriend. David Coverdale calls me Richard, but there's only three people that do it, and now you're number four.
Well,
Richie, you know.
Well, David Coverdale doesn't like it when you say Dave to him either.
You know what it is?
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Because he calls everyone by their full name, right? So it'll be, okay, I got it.
Right. So anyway, how have you been? How did the tour go with Priest? I mean, it's been a long one, right?
We went out in June, I think it was, and we got off the road in December, and it was just, first of all, it was an honour to be up there, you know what I mean, and appreciated and accepted by the fans of such a legendary band. So it couldn't have gone any better, really. It was just amazing, you know.
That's fantastic. We're really happy for you, man. Now, I want to talk about your equipment that you use on the road. Obviously, we're really happy that you're using our stuff, which is fantastic. I know Glenn is using the Engl gear as well, so there must be a reason for that. I mean, such a legendary band. And then you're using a rather more younger, I mean, we've been around since '83 as a company, but, you know, it's, what do you like about your current Engl guitar rig?
Well, the main thing for me when I went with Engl was a lot of amps out there, they have one or two sounds, you know, and they're great sounds and, you know, not taking anything away from them, but I needed a flexibility. You know, I needed a rhythm channel, and I needed a clean channel, and I needed a lead channel. You know, I needed versatility. It's 40 years worth of material, you know, so you need to be able to chop and change between sounds and, you know, textures and stuff like that. And the Engl did exactly what I was looking for. And again, Glenn was playing the Invader. He's also playing like the rack. He's got a rack-mounted version as well. And I tried it out, liked what I heard, and tried the Powerball 2 out. Exactly what I needed, you know. So it's a tool. And as I said, I've said this before, but if you can play 40 years worth of material in one amplifier, you don't really need to look anywhere else, you know what I mean? So
that's great. That's your statement as well. So tell me a little bit about how did you got the gig with Priest? That would be something to know, you know, for the fans.
Well, I got a call out of the blue, totally out of the blue. I knew a guy who used to play with Alice Cooper. His name is Pete Friesen. He played with Bruce Dickinson's band as well. And I used to play with him in a cover band back in, you know, 2004, something like that. And also with Les Binks from Priest, but, you know. And then I lost contact with Pete for a few years. And a couple of the crew guys from Priest knew Pete. So when KK left, they put this guy forward, and Pete said that Pete's more of like a blues player, you know. So he said he was quite honest about it. He said it's not really, he wouldn't be the right guy for the job. So they asked him if he could recommend anyone, and he said, yeah, try this guy out. And now I haven't seen Pete for, as I said, maybe 5 years. And he gave Priest an old number. So they called me on an old number. They emailed me a couple of times, and I thought it was spam. I thought it was junk mail. So honestly, so I've deleted it. I've deleted the mail, and they finally got through to me. And I think it was through Maiden's production. Ultimately, they got through because I was out with Lauren. They went through Maiden's production, and they got hold of me that way. So, and then explained the situation. And I looked back in my junk mail in the trash, and there they were. You know, sure enough, there were the two emails from the management. I just thought they were spam, though. You know, but luckily. It nearly went. It nearly got past me by, but luckily it didn't. So
and then Glenn and Rob and the band, they were like, all right, you come over and you have to play some licks, some Priest songs. Which songs did you choose?
I chose Breaking the Law, but it was kind of, they wanted to hear that I was capable of playing. I mean, obviously, the songs aren't hard to play per se, you know, and Glenn was saying the same thing. He knew I could play, and I was playing some lead stuff and whatever. And I didn't know actually, but he went to make a coffee, right, while I warmed up, and he was at the bottom of the stairs listening. I didn't know that, and he told me afterwards that he was listening. So it's probably a good thing, you know, because I was just kind of doing my own thing. And then they sent me a few songs that they were going to do in the set on the tour, and it was Blood Red Skies, Beyond the Realms of Death, and Victim of Changes, which are kind of big KK solos, you know. So I did that and sent it back, and they called me a week later and said, come up to Glenn's and we'll have another chat. And so I went, and he said, you know, the gig's yours if you want it. And he said, do you want it? I said, yes. Yeah, exactly. No, it's not for me, man.
And that's when Glenn's tech contacted me, no Weasel, and he said, "Man, we got this new guy, Richie, and you know him from Steve Harris's daughter's band." I said, "Wow, that's great, you know." And so he contacted you, obviously, and so that worked out great. I want to thank Weasel, you know, and oh yeah, big time. Yeah, absolutely.
That guy lives and breathes what he does, you know. And sometimes he gets so passionate about things that sometimes he gets all flustered, but it's because he cares so much. And there, you know, you don't get many guys that dedicated to what they do, you know. So, and my tech as well, AD Vines. I don't know if you know AD. I don't know if you met him. He's another guy.
Yes, I met him. Your tech.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Dude, he's amazing. He's so laid back and calm, and you know what if he says this is what we're going to do tonight, that's what we do. I totally trust him. You don't get many guys like that, you know what I mean, that you totally trust. So AD and Weasel are just fantastic, you know. Yeah,
one of the finest crew members ever. You're using the Powerball too, just for everybody out there. Great amp, versatile, flexible. You using all the channels, clean, crunch, lead 1, lead 2, or just 2 or 3 settings of it?
I'm using the clean, the crunch, and lead 2, I think, which is channel 4, right? So 1, 2, and 4 I'm using.
3 or 4, yeah. Fantastic. All right, thanks, Richie. One last thing, what's going to happen with Priest next? You continue touring the world, obviously?
Absolutely. We've had some time off over Christmas and the New Year, and now we're gearing up to go out to the Far East, rather. We're doing Korea, we're doing Japan, we're doing Singapore, and then we're doing 2 months in Europe during the summer. And then after that, we're going to start putting a new album together. So it's exciting times, you know.
That's good news. Yeah. All right, best of luck with that. Thanks a lot. All right, Michael Berger with Engl-TV. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and www.engl-amps.com.